everyone, welcome back to Kes Fusion. There has been a dessert that's been really trendy all over the internet, and that's mochi. Mochi is a really delicious and gooey Japanese dessert. It's been really viral all over social media, and we're going to try and make it at home. You can get mochi in so many different flavours: matcha, coconut, chocolate, the list goes on. But today we're going to try a flavour that's full of flavour and full of colour, and that's mango. So I'm going to talk you through how we're going to make the delicious dough and the batter that goes on the outside. This is really gooey and it's unique, and it's not like any other dessert. So let's have a start and talk about more of the unique ingredients. So first, this is not just normal flour. We've got glutinous rice flour, and this is a Chinese/Japanese grocery, and it's going to give you that gooiness, and it's so decadent. So I've got 110 grams of this flour. And then, to really combine all our ingredients together, I've got some cornstarch. Now I've got some normal milk. You can have goat's milk, oat milk, any milk. To sweeten it up, we've got some sugar. This can be granulated sugar or caster sugar. Now, to give us that pop of colour, we've got some yellow food colouring. Now, we're going to do a little at a time because a little goes a long way. So add a little bit and then keep mixing it each time. Now get it acquainted with all the different blobs, and then we're going to have a go and mix it. Look at those streaks of colour. Now use our whisk and we're going to start whisking that together. Now keep mixing it until you get your desired yellow colour. Now look at that fluorescent colour. This is sure to brighten up your day. I love how it matches the mango's yellow colour theme. Now the next step is we're going to take it to the hob and we're going to cook up our dough. Now come along. We've got our dough straight in the pan now, and I love how it reminds me of dosa, but the Japanese version. So get every last nook and cranny. We want to make 6 mochis in total. Now let that cook and you're going to notice the change. It's going to curl up and turn into a lovely dough. Now just let that settle there. Now, can you notice I've got this in the pan, and as soon as I've turned it on, can you see it's starting to turn into a dough. Now, keep mixing it. Don't let it sit to the bottom of the pan now, otherwise only the bottom is going to cook. Now keep mixing it. I love how fast this process is. You don't have to wait a long time. You can just watch the magic happen instantly. Now take a look at this. Can you see how that's transformed into a dough? Now turn off the heat because we don't want to overcook our dough. What will happen is lumps will come inside, and that's not going to make our mochi gooey and smooth. Look at how easily that's transformed, and I love its amazing vibrant colour. Now turn off the heat and let it to chill completely. Now take a look at our yellow dough. Look how vibrant and colourful that is. This can easily put a smile on someone's face. Now we're only halfway through the process, so let's continue. What I want to do is I want to take this dough and transfer it to my work surface. Because it's really sticky, I want to get some flour and I want to sprinkle it all over my work surface. Make sure it's evenly distributed, otherwise it's going to stick to our surface. And once you've got it in a good kneadable position, we're going to move on to the next step. Take a look at this. I've kneaded it and now it's not sticking anymore. Look how glossy and shiny and gooey that is. I'm going to roll it into a good sausage. Look at that. If your dough is really difficult to knead and get together, you can add a little bit of butter like I have. Then I'm going to divide it into however many I'm going to make. So I'm going to make 8. I've divided my mochi into 8 different balls and I made it nice and equal. So now I've floured my work surface and I want to make sure that the flour is evenly distributed because we don't want the clumps of flour to stick to it. I've got one of my balls and I've rolled it out. Now with my rolling pin, I want to make it nice and smooth. Don't make it too thin because when you go to fill it, it's going to rip and it's going to get really messed up. Now take a look at that. It's such a joy to stare at these colourful little nuggets. Now what I want to do is I've got this at a good thickness and I've got a muffin tray and I'm just going to lay it in like that. Now I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to keep doing this for the rest of them. Now that we have our mochi outer layer arranged, we're going to take a look at the different fillings. So let's start with the mango. Now this is a tropical fluorescent fruit, and my parents have grown up eating this fruit, so this really connects us to our culture. We're going to have a go at cutting it up into small cubes so we can fill our mochi with them. So let's slice it. So I've cut it up in the traditional way, and let's have a look and see if it's worked its magic. That looks gorgeous. Such natural orange beauty. Now let's use a spoon and let's get these pieces off. I would love to incorporate some fresh element into our mochis, and this is the perfect element. We've got our 3 different elements of our mochi, and now it's time to put them all together. We've got our outer layering, and I've got some whipped double cream, and you can flavour this with vanilla syrup or mango syrup, whichever you prefer. I've gone for plain double cream so we can really enhance the flavour of the mango. So what I want to do a small swirl just in the centre, and not too much. We don't want to overfill because otherwise our mangoes are just going to erupt out of the mochi. So take a couple of pieces of fresh cubed mango. Take a look at that. That looks so fresh and tropical. Now place that in the centre of our mochi. Look at that. And now I want to cover it with a little bit more cream. Look at that. And now what I want to do would be really gentle, just like how you would do for a dumpling. I'm going to take the ends and you just want to slowly pinch it together. Take each corner, pinch, and then pinch all the rest of the bits. Make sure to be really gentle as it could rip. Now give it a good pinch and turn it over. Look at that. Now what we want to do is we want to do this for the rest of the 7. Look at that thing of beauty. Look how smooth and rounded it is. Now we've got our cupcake cases, and this is just going to increase the pop of colour even more. So take one and lay it in there like a little baby. Now take a look at that. Now do this for the rest of them. So I've chilled the mochi in the freezer for 20 minutes so that the cream gets a bit solidified and that it doesn't leak out. So let's have a go and try one. And I've got my brother here to help me.
You mean judge?
So I've chilled the mochi in the freezer for 20 minutes so that the cream gets solidified and doesn't leak out. And now is the moment of truth. We're going to try one. So,
yes!
Have a look at that thing of beauty.
Good.
So I'm going to cut it in half.
For me and her amazing and always need me brother.
Take a look at that. You can see the cream and the mango. It looks delicious. Now, try one. It tastes so good. And I can really taste the mango and it's all its freshness. It's so tropical. And looking at it just fills me up.
The cream and the mango mixed in one is brilliant. I can do this all day.
So guys, we hope that you enjoy this recipe just as much as we do. Please subscribe, like and share with friends. And we'll see you in the next video. Mom was 13. Mom! Hey Siri, what's 318 divided by 8? So each one has to be 40 grams.